Okay. Should be getting data. Alright, there we go. We should be live now with it on properly. Okay, there we go. Alright. Hopefully we can get this channel to be no longer dead. Let's hope for not dead. I'd like not dead. What version of Java are we using this with? Okay, now we'll be happier. Okay. Let's see, yeah, it's supposed to be looking. Studio mode off. Alright, good. Looks fine. Now. Ooh, that's rough. I ain't liking that. We are gonna have to remove part of this. And you know what? Fine, we might not have JSON messages in this. Fine. I think we only check like per version anyway. Nope, that's not true. Whatever. Fuck that. Okay. And then that's not what I care about. I don't want you. Go away. Go away. God. Okay. Let's see. What else can we skid? Let's go to another project. And then let's copy my menu API. Paste. What else should I take? This doesn't. You know what? We're gonna copy this Reflections util because that might work. Because I think I already made it to not error. And there's an error. No, there isn't. There is? There is. Oh, you're just upset about that. That's fine. Okay. And then now it should be happy. And now we can add that. And then we're gonna, I guess, want that too. We are gonna want duration formatter. Oh boy. Or maybe not. Let's see. I'm gonna go to a different problem. Oh, we didn't add a color util. Of course I didn't. Could never live without that color util. Never ever. Anyone else in the stream? Yeah, the stream's kind of dead. Unfortunately, my channel's kind of dead because Manthy striked it. So, you know, everyone try to share as much as possible. Get as people in as possible. That'd be lit. It'd be very lit. Right now, we're currently attempting to skid. What? Oh, it's importing the wrong one. Why are you importing that? I don't care about that. We don't want you either. Because we can just do. This is where we need the bucket one. Okay, now she's happy. Okay. Let's view chat. No one talking in the chat. Why are my streams so dead? I guess because my channel's dead. Come on, guys. Get as many people in as possible. It'd be lit. Okay. Now that we have all of those utils there, let's add one more. Okay, and then we're gonna set up carbon. Ooh, we are gonna want those string utils, don't we? Yes, we are. We're gonna want these string utils. Okay. And then... Right, we need to add the command framework. Oh, we have StreamX on this? I guess we'll have StreamX. And then it'll be happy there. Now we're gonna make our command framework. Alright, it's actually gonna be command. It's gonna be different because this is a different command API. Let's go back to Atlas and then skid the correct util. There we go. I don't want to implement Atlas for this plugin, but I might in the future, maybe. But it's a bad plugin, so you know what? The environment is a little different. I can't exactly do that. I didn't skid the command API yet. Why didn't I do that? Did I paste it? Pasted it, right? No, I didn't. Your channel's been deleted. Yeah. I thought you said Dio beans for a sec. You know what? I probably misspoke. Ooh, this is a weird song. Okay. I hate the ints button. Why the hell does this button exist on my keyboard? I want to remove it. Don't think. Do I really have that as an annotation? I guess I do. I think it's just print. It's a decent house song. Okay, so we don't have that here. We don't have that here. One moment. Okay, bye, Madre. Okay. Will you upload the videos from the other channel? This one, if I had them, I would, man. If I had I don't send my videos because I'm not a professional YouTuber, and they're too big of files, and I care about my storage because I like storing other things. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, I genuinely wish I could have, like, that's the saddest part about losing my channel. Is that the videos are gone rather than the subs, because like I can always get subs back, but I can't get those videos back. So that's the kind of the worst part to me, is because there was a lot of work that I mean, okay, granted, I mean there was just a lot of work that was shown in the videos rather than the work in the videos, because I didn't really do much work to edit them or make them look pretty or even do thumbnails, but like there was a lot of things that came out of it that were nice. So that's kind of the biggest loss to me. Oh yeah. So now we have all that there. We could just try to build this one, I guess. I might do tutorials in the future. So, let's see. Let's get this on. So yeah. Do we have all the audio working? All right, good. So now we're gonna go ahead and start working on the band system itself. So we're gonna implement a command manager. And then that should be fine. Okay. So I guess we'll make the bands. So, or here we'll say punishment. And then here we'll make something like a class like punishment. And then I guess we'll say string ID. guess we'll have to create some types. Oh, flip. Wrong button. And we'll say ban, mute, kick, warn. What other kinds of? And then, yeah. And then we'll say, like, not be ban. Oh, actually, we'll put blacklists in here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Hey, it's back on the stream guide. Yeah, that's right. We are back on the grind. Let's implement like a name. And then we're going to specifically make a past tense version. Because I don't want to do some funky strings shit. It's kind of cheating doing it this way instead of doing it automatically, but like, it is almost easier to do it this way. But right now I don't feel like doing a bunch of funky string formatting because it could just mess up anyway. The reason I have this past tense is so when I broadcast things in a chat, and I'm probably going to put this as a comment, just so I remind anyone, or myself in the future, that it's for, why are you always coding? This is actually the first one I made. That's going on Spigot. I was practicing with the one on Jack Shack, but making a version that could. Did I get a new keyboard? Yes, I did get a new keyboard. I got myself a Black Widow one that's better. The reason why I got this one though is because it was actually like $80 on sale, and I'm enjoying it so far. So, it was actually a cheap, very, like, actually compelling to buy RGB option. So that's why I got it. I don't use the RGB as much. Like, right now I have it on white. So, because I'm not really too much of a fan of RGB when I'm working, you know. But when I go full gamer mode, I turn on RGB. So, here, then we're going to have punishment type. And then we're going to say length. And then timestamp of when the punishment occurred, and then we'll say staff remover. There we go. And then we're gonna create a database handler. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Because we're gonna have multiple database options. I think we'll just do MySQL and Combo for now. And stuff. MySQL and Mongo. There we go. Hi, Flagon. What's up? Yeah, I'm Audie, man. I'll mod you real quick. I almost clicked put user in timeout. That would have been bad. Okay, you're a moderator now. Alright, there we go. See if we can get the stream up. Let's keep on going. Share it with as many people as possible. Let's get this channel going. You're never gonna use this. That's something I didn't finish in Atlas, by the way. Okay. What's wrong with you? Oh. I should remove that from Atlas in the future. Okay. There we go. Now it's going to run the scanner. And then I guess we'll do some console printing. I wonder if this color translates all right on its own. I think it does. Yeah, it does. I shouldn't care too much about copyright now that I realize it, because I mean, it'll just put annoying ads on the videos, but like I had annoying ads on the videos on my old channel, but the difference is the money was going to me, so it's not like it matters to me anymore. I might as well start playing music I actually like, instead of NCS bullshit. So we'll do that eventually, but today I don't feel like doing anything about it because it's not terrible. Nothing has been consistently terrible from it at the moment. So, okay. We have that there. Let's say. I always have trouble spelling initializing. Initializing utilities and handlers. Okay. So in here, we're gonna run carbon. So let's say carbon. The reason why I don't put this in the constructor is because this is gonna go ahead and make a new instance when it scans. So I don't want two instances of carbon. So I'm more tempted to put it in the constructor because this annoys me, but unfortunately that's just the limitations of the scanner. So that's why it's this way. So I'm gonna be just doing that on enable. So when I want to do a database handler, just, and then if I want it to be even more hipster, there we go. Now it's fine. Okay. I only do that because it annoys the hell out of people sometimes. So, okay. And the reason why I actually don't like making my code as small as possible is because it actually makes it harder to debug. So when Java gives a stack trace, especially when things are obfuscated, the only thing you usually have to rely on is the line number and the class. And so that usually gets melded together when you try to put everything on one line, and so it's very hard to debug, especially in lambdas. That's why I make sure, even if, you know, my IDE is warning me, I like to, when I'm working on things, put everything on separate lines because it allows me to debug problems a lot easier. And I suggest you don't be an OCD stereotypical Java developer and do it that way. Pro tip, don't use vape in streams. Pro tip taken. Very good tip. I actually have a video that I'm going to upload on this channel in a moment that I include with vape, but I don't show it, and I just say, please trust me. Anthony's going to be a dick and strike me if I show anything. So here's where we're going to go ahead and add a configuration setting. We're going to say path, and this is you can do inside of Atlas too. I just skipped this from Atlas. We're going to say database, and then we're going to say name, type. And we're going to probably comment here options for me to make in a document later. Options, MySQL, Mongo. Okay. I'm going to default it to MySQL. That's what most people use. I prefer to use Mongo. Is this open source? I'm contemplating that. I'm contemplating making it open source but selling it as premium. But I also like money. I'm just kidding. I mean, I do, but like, I'm wondering if it's smart to do it this way. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I feel when I'm done with this, whether or not because this is designed to be competitive with light bands and whatnot. And so, whether or not I feel it's like, if it's not that much more useful than light bands itself, then I probably will open source it. But if it's like years better than light bands and I feel like it's years better, I'm probably going to keep it closed source. But I might work on something else. Yeah, I know, right? Who doesn't like money? Yeah, right. Agreed. So we're going to set up the config for MySQL. So we'll say username, or actually we'll do IP first. Oh, my OCD is killing me doing it this way. Sorry, I hate doing this. I want it to be organized. I usually don't do this, but I do it anyway. Shut the fuck up. Whatever, I think it'll be fine. Being a stereotypical Java developer, I hate when I do this, but it's just a habit. Actually, you know what? I'll make that all in one thing. It's easier for me and probably anyone else to do it that way. It also puts less line in the config, so it makes things less confusing. So we'll do it like that. In fact, the reason why I wanted to put it in separate classes so I didn't have to like do like name which specific database it's for. I can just do it like this. So we'll say just root, because it's usually what the username is. Then password, of course, once we type this out, is going to just be a classy password. And then what else does MySQL need? It's going to need a database name. I'll do Mongo settings. I wonder if this will work inside inner classes. I might have to put an init tag on these, so we'll see if it works or not. Because ASM is a fairly new concept to me, funny enough. And most Mongo databases are localhost only, because it's set up like that by default. Also, RIP to Khari, by the way. What do you mean RIP Khari? I'm still working on Khari. What am I, let's see. Like, look. I work on Khari. I have a whole shit ton of stuff done. I've been working hard. Like, I was like spending hours upon hours testing Khari yesterday. It got leaked, but you know, I want to know how old that leaked version is? Khari is currently on B... What version is it on? I think it's like B50. Probably later. Where the hell is Khari? I mean, just because Khari's leaked doesn't mean that project's over. I mean, Khari was like incredibly easy to leak. I fixed the loader actually a bit, so it's a lot harder. But let me see. What version's Khari on? Yeah, it's currently on B51. Like, the version release is B41, and the version release is like not even that good. There were bugs with it, so I'm not too worried about it. And if anything, it gets me more buyers because it is free advertisement. Especially since people have the false premise that leaked versions of programs actually are different. And likely worse. Which is usually not true. Most of the time it's not true. But with the fact that I literally had no protection on the jar that was leaked, it's not true. What happened to that rock anti-cheat? I'm getting stonewalled by MD5 because he thinks it's... I mean, granted, what I'm doing is I'm going to recode it because it does look very similar to Daedalus, but like the detections are completely different. So, so rock is going to come out eventually. It's just going to be longer than I expected. Because I'm being stonewalled at the moment, and I think I'm just going to have to go ahead and recode the base for it, just because, so it looks different, and it's not going to be as nice, but just so it at least looks different to, the eyes of MD5, because MD5 is not an experienced, anti-cheat developer, so he can't tell the difference, and that's fine, because he was respectful in the fact that he said, at least point out the difference between, your project and other free alternatives, which is like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to make it obvious. By the way, this is why Daedalus is worse, because you don't want to say shit's worse, and I don't want to call out individual projects. Like, if I wanted to point out the difference between Rock and other projects, I will say Spartan, AAC, Reflex, Hawk, every other anti-cheat on Spigot. Sucks if you want a stable anti-cheat that you can ban off. They are literally rip-offs of each other, and the rip-offs that they take are based on MCP. AAC, everyone rips off AAC, and AAC is based on NCP. Because AAC was originally designed just to be a alternative to No Cheat Plus when there's a lot of bypasses for it. But at this point, there's no point in even buying AAC because No Cheat Plus is as good as it is. And you might as well just go to MC Market. Just go to MC Market. And then buy yourself a 250 fucking config by Mark Elf, and boom. Look at that. You already have a better solution than AAC. It's probably... Oh, he upped the price to 750, which is fair. It's a good config. It used to be 250. But, like, it's a good config, and it's going to get you a better solution than AAC. So, yeah. Like, you might as well just buy Mark Elf if you're ever going to consider buying a current Spigot anti-cheat. Like, that's what I'm gonna say. Anyone who asked me, like, I can't afford Khari, what do you think I should buy? And it took me a while to realize it, but it's like, I think Mark Elf's config is one of the few solutions that I'd be comfortable using on my own server. Because No Cheat Plus is very optimized. And, very well coded. So, and there's not really many bypasses to it anymore, especially if you config it. Default No Cheat Plus... Yeah, you're right in the sense that default No Cheat Plus is actually way more stable than AAC, but you also have to understand that AAC recently has tried to be something it's not. People, like, assume AAC is meant for banning, and it's not. It was never, I don't think, designed for that. And I think people have the false pretense that it's meant for that, when really its original purpose, it was the first premium anti-cheat out there, I think. Its original purpose was to, I just called this MySQL, I realized. Its original purpose was to just be a replacement for No Cheat Plus. And Spartan copies off of that. And it's actually incredibly obvious that Spartan is just a huge-ass ripoff of AAC, that you shouldn't even just buy it. Like, there's no point in buying Spartan. It's not original. It's actually just a worse version than AAC, if you want my honest opinion. You might as well just fucking buy AAC. And even then, don't buy either of them. Just use No Cheat Plus. If you really don't want to buy Khari. What else do we have to add for Mongo? I don't think you really need anything else. I guess a database name. But I don't think it matters. So it's basically the same thing, I just realized. I could probably make this very minimalist and just do one config. Because database is just, what? What do you buy for anti-cheat? Because known hackers are annoying as fuck and always my bypasses. Yeah, I noticed that. Thanks, Randy, for the MySQL config thing. Yeah, when I talk and work, I get distracted. And I'm actually going to make myself probably some coffee in a moment. So yeah, please don't leave the stream. I only have 8 viewers. It's not like I had the 20 that I had before, which granted was pretty dead for my old channel, but like, it's better than 8. But even then, I appreciate you 8 people, and I'm glad you're here. And please do your best to share with everyone possible and let them know Funky's back! Can you add Redis also? Do you want my honest opinion about Redis? I think it's garbage. For the purpose that Minecraft servers use it for. It is not a database. It is not for that. Is Rock any good? Yes, it is. It is better than every other Spigot anti-cheat. That's what they designed it to be. And luckily for me, Spigot is not a very high bar to impress people, which is good. Maybe you could also add them hub options like bell test and stuff. Yeah, but you don't need Redis for that. Like, you might as well just, like, really, for what servers use Redis for, is, like, you could just use the Bungie PME system for, and, like, not have to worry about security on Redis. You could just do that. It's more featureful than Redis, because all Redis can do is share strings, while you can use the Netty system that Minecraft implemented, like the PME system, and just send objects. Like, if I wanted to send something on a PME, do you know how easy it would be? Here, I'll show you an example. So all I'd have to do is do data output stream output. Do new data output stream. Have that. And I think I'd put a new byte array input stream. So then I'd say, I could just do an object output stream if I want to. Object output stream equals new object output stream. And then it's going to want me to put that in a try and catch, and then another try and... Oh. What's your problem? God damn it. Okay, maybe it is... Oh, bucket even includes it if they want to, too. You know what? We'll use the bucket one. You probably just copy and pasted the Java class, which is fair. Oh. Nibba. Fine. Byte array output stream. Fine. Go with this. But you could use any output stream if you wanted to, because it's Netty. You're sending Java objects. It's designed for Java. So you could send whatever the fuck you want, which is the nice part. So I will send my object stream. I will say output. Write. Look at all these things I can write. You'd have to, like, convert this all to string. Like, you could write a class into bytes and then just get it from bytes. Like, it's so useful. Like, if you know Java, this is the better option. And it's, like, less of a hassle for server owners. Because if I just directly implement it to Bungie, no one needs to set up a Redis server. Like, it's actually a bitch to set up Redis, too. Like, believe me. I tried doing it before for a server. It took me, like, half an hour. Like, it's way too long. I mean, and I know Linux fairly well, too. For someone who's, like, the average Spigot user, they're not going to set up a Redis server, especially if they're using a multi-craft host, where usually all they provide is the only thing you could store things in is MySQL and not externally. So, yeah, that's why I'm not including Redis ever. And I never work with Redis, because I believe Redis is not designed for Minecraft purposes, for how people use them. Redis is designed for bridging languages. It is designed for that. It is designed for sharing data through different languages. That is what it's designed for. You're not using different languages unless you're like fucking Luke and you code your server in Kotlin. And then at that point, yeah, it would be useful. But yeah, and by the way, people don't understand. You can code like a plugin in any language you want if you really want to. If you really want to, you can. Is it practical? Depends on the developer. Most likely no. Anyways, let's focus on working on this. So we're going to create a punishment manager. And then we'll actually have that there for now. Let me finish the database system. So we'll say after the initialization, we'll say if database. We'll switch the time. We'll do it to 2 lowercase in case people do typos. We'll send I wonder how I'm going to do this. This is a unique song that's playing. I'll fix the camel case on this one for you guys getting triggered. Okay. For me, working without coffee, I'm doing fairly well. Okay, so then we have that implemented. So we'll say carbon. We're gonna have to split the IP. It's not easier for me to do it this way, but it's easier for the consumer. And that's the whole point of doing it this way. So this would be the IP. This would be the port. No, that would not be the port. Port's at the end. Okay, that would be the username. Even though I made this API, unfortunately IntelliJ is not going to show me the damp constructor and how to use it on the side, which I'm actually going to recommend they do in the future. Watching this trying to code my plugin. Hey Funky, can I see how good Rock is? Right now I'm recoding Rock, and that's not going to be finished for a while because I have other things to do. So I'll get Rock done eventually. I'm a fast developer, I'll get it done, but you're gonna have to give me time. Cause Rock, I'm like gonna design it, so I'm not gonna take any risks with it. And I'm just gonna do my best to just make it like as just the idiot proof as possible. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I mean, I do that my best with that with Khari, but like with Khari, I do a lot more. Like things that I'm not used to. Like I do a lot of things that are outside my comfort zone with Khari. Because it's a project that I like doing that in. Because Khari's a project I like working on. And oh, I just realized that that's just gonna be the name. SQL settings. I'm gonna probably recode this and make this a little bit easier to understand. Because if I'm having a hard time understanding it, other people probably will. And the whole point of this is making databases easier. Okay. And this is just gonna be, I guess, punishments. Who's the biggest skid I ever met? I am not going to answer that, but you know, my younger self X-loading, I'm gonna be fair to myself. I was not as bad as Notifies. Because the difference between me and Notifies is that I got caught. And I don't have staff members backing me up to prevent me from getting, in trouble. Notifies has not gotten caught, at least to the point where it's affected him. And he has staff members to back him up. So, in my opinion, I think Notifies is just not a bigger skid, but I would call him just a problem rather than a skid. I think he's just a problem. Skids are not bad. Understand that a developer is for them to learn. There is always a skidding phase if you're learning on your own. Even if you are in a class, you will be skidding. So understand this is that as long as you don't lie about it, you, in my opinion, sell anything that you have skidded. If you don't lie about what you skid, you are A-okay if you make it clear, because then people know what they're buying. If they know they're buying a skid, then there's nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing wrong with selling a skid as long as you're open to, saying it's a skid. Can't criticize you for telling the truth. Jolioli's a skid too, so let's just not pin this on Jolioli, because Jolioli's also a skid too. Understand that. I don't think I've ever seen Jolioli actually make something that is his. So, I might be wrong, so I'm going to keep that mostly to myself, but I genuinely don't think Jolioli's a very intelligent person, and I have serious doubts as to whether or not any of his work is actually his. So, but I have no proof of it. With Notifies, I have proof and evidence of him not knowing what he's doing. But with Jolioli, it's a bit of a mixed bag. But especially since he seems to be very hypocritical, it makes me want to desire to just straight up call him a skid without proof, because I know without a doubt that he's being a major hypocrite by attacking other people, and usually baselessly. And it kind of upsets me that this community is very, 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 like, wants to attack as much as possible. So, yeah. Like, I try to stay out of drama, but until it starts affecting me personally, I don't really get into it. But if you want my honest opinion, I don't trust Jolioli's work. I think I gotta set up Mongo. So, I think how I did this is... Yeah, I have the class. So, did I not create this inside of there where I could just... Nope. Oh, I have a knit Mongo. Okay. I should make this more consistent. That's a problem. That is a problem. It's kind of a nice song. And I think this is gonna be... Why, IntelliJ, can't you just show me what I need to type? I wish IntelliJ could do that. Of all the things it can do, it can't even do this. So annoying. I have to hover over it and wait for it to error. Like, it's so fucking annoying. Oh. What the hell? What is wrong with me? I should stop making things when I'm tired. Like I'm doing now. I did not get much sleep last night. Monkey, can you make a machine learning entity just for the fun on stream? I actually have very little experience with machine learning, and I do not have the hardware to do it properly. I mean, I could just wait a long time. But I'm never ever gonna really... You can't hear the music? You should be able to hear it. It's just probably really low. Like, I intentionally put it low. Yeah, like, I want it to be a little bit below. Yeah, but see, why can't IntelliJ just do that for me? Why would I make an IntelliJ plugin? Why can't IntelliJ just use their brain and do that? I'm paying for this IDE. They should do it on their own. I'm paying 20 bucks a month for it. They should be able to do that. Like, the reason I pay for IntelliJ though is because it has features that make my life easier as an anti-cheat developer when I have to go ahead and like search through decompiled classes. Paid IntelliJ is the best, like, is the best IDE for skidding, hands down, when you pay for it. So yeah, if you're a skid, pick up IntelliJ. It's very useful. Very useful for looking in libraries. Okay. Now that's set up. We have our database. Now we can put things into it. So... I need to get my JSON util in here. Do I have my JSON util inside of Atlas? I don't. Maybe it's inside of my Cookie project. There it is. So we're going to be storing things as strings, but this JSON util makes my life so much easier. If you're also going to use Redis, make sure you have this JSON util. It is very, very, very useful. I'll probably try to find a link to where you can download that util. Because it's not mine, but it's very, very, very helpful. So we're going to say JSON object. So I'm keeping them the same name as the fields, so I can go ahead and use reflection just to set it all, so it's like automatic. So whenever I add things in the future, it's just gonna be easier. And this is why it's useful. Easy parsing from a string to that. I could store everything in the database like an object, but this makes it easier, so it's like not so spacious. Okay, there we go. That should be working. There we go. So now we can put the punishments in the database if we wanted to. And they are edited. Yeah. Default that to none. Default that to none. So we'll say hey, I have a sexy out of black check for depression too. Ooh, is my stream having problems? You guys okay with the stream? Okay, well, it's just buffered for me. Glad to know you found an auto black check for depression though. Good to know. This is actually a nice song. Tell On and Die by Tom Wilson. I'm gonna like this one. It's this one, by the way. I think that's all I need. Oh, reason. So the reason I don't put this as a UUID is because this is also going to be classified with a UUID or have something called or like console. So that way I don't have to do a whole bunch of conversions for no reason. Which makes things a little bit cleaner because this is not exactly going to be elegant. So yeah. What else would I need? I have to type, length, reason, staff member, ID. It's not removed yet, so okay. Create new punishment. Let's close these, we don't need them open. Alright, length and then timestamp. So what a lot of people don't realize is system current time milli is also like information all the way all the milliseconds since 1984, I think. That's the date. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool when I realized that. Okay. And this is where we're gonna have to go ahead and configure messages. And I hate configuration with messages, but that's what I'm gonna have to do. I hate adding that kind of configuration, so we'll actually just save that for later. I don't have to force myself to do it now. This is a nice song too, not gonna lie. I like it. I'm gonna go get something from Atlas. Uh-oh, okay. My mom's pissed off at me, most likely for something. So we're gonna go ahead and probably take a break in a few minutes. Where the hell am I, Bungie manager? Bungie Utils. copy all of this. Because it is very useful. Believe it or not. That is inside of Atlas that you all can use. I also got a new mouse, by the way. It's a Logitech MX Master 2S. It's very nice. Not good for gaming, so I have another mouse for that, but it's a very nice wireless mouse. Like, it's very comfortable to use. It is heavy, so yeah, again, not for gaming, but it's good. And the sensor is laser, so it's kind of meant for portability rather than, like, gaming and accuracy. So, it is a kind of on the expensive side, but yet again, it has a lot of cool features. Like infinite scroll. It's like a fidget spinner. Yeah, you know what? I usually turn my mouse off and then I like play with it as a fidget spinner. Okay, what is your people email? I want to give you some because I don't want to do it through Steam Mouse because it takes a percentage. You could. My PayPal email is my business email, so if you'd like to do it that way, it is. Ooh, hold on. Let me check Discord. Respond to DMs. Okay, so my PayPal is, you can go to directly to PayPal, and I'll add this in the description. Let me find the description. Fuck, okay. We'll just open this up here. So you can go to paypal.me/funkymonkey and donate to me that way. Can do that too. I'll post it in the chat if you'd like. PayPal already takes a percentage, but I don't think Streamlabs takes a percentage, because I'm aware. So yeah, there's that. Alright, I am going to go ahead and take a break on the stream, so I will be right back. And we'll get started, probably working on Khari a little bit. And then, so yeah, be right back.
does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Oh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm trying to live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa. And if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. 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 Whoa. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. 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 Oh, yeah, I've discussed it with myself, and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face. I stood and wait because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated. It's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm trying to live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. at the cornerstone. I know that I can't be without you. This bond is solid gold. We're a diamond and an emerald. It took me forever to find you. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling. As we wait for the smoke to clear and we watch our dreams appear, I know that we can rise together. This vision that we share is ours. Together we can touch the stars. I know that we will see December. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling.
Oh yeah, I'm back. Okay. Alright. I'm back. Ooh, I did multiple breaks for some reason. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to end the stream because I do have stuff I need to do privately. So, I will have to go. So, thank you all for watching, and as always, stay funky, and till next time. Goodbye.